Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Dwarf Fortress, Dion's Wasteland mod. I'm not sure what's going on with my frames there, but it doesn't really matter for Dwarf Fortress. And you'll notice the names have changed. That's because I tried to do some fixes and I ended up breaking the game, so I had to re-download it from the embark file. Luckily that was still there. And basically I've had to redo the entire fort from scratch. So I decided rather than making you sit through another 2 or 3 episodes to catch up to where we were, I've just done it like, as I was going along. And this is what we've ended up with so far. We've actually had very few deaths this time. I think there's like 2. Yep. 2 unnamed people. I decided not to give anybody names until I started up the recording. And that's what's happened so far. Is we've had 2 people die. And I've made a fort which is relatively safe. I decided to just go straight down this time. The wood cutting doesn't seem to be working. It was earlier on, so maybe I've just lost my hacksaw or something. I'll make a new one. We have some furnaces going up, some beds and stuff being carried around. I'm going to bring Dwarf Therapist over now. And there we go, there's all the people. I suppose I should have it read the dwarves. There's your names, that's who you are. And these are your skills. Everyone's a little bit miffed at the moment, understandably, seeing as I had quite a few people killed. Well, 2 of them killed just a minute ago. So I'm going to unpause and let the game run now. Obviously we've struck the same things, iron and a bit of saltpeter. And this has happened. I'm sure you can see what I mean. The walls all look like ore when they're not smoothed. So I'm trying to get it on top of that as quickly as I can, because that's going to drive me insane. So that's the fort so far. Oh, I did have a Brahmin calf that I had to slaughter because we were running out of food. There hasn't been a single trade caravan yet, despite this being our third wave of our second wave of migrants has arrived now. And like I said, I was trying to do the bug fixes and broke the game, and there weren't even major bugs, to be honest. So I think I'll just play with them on. Just means I can't use the plus button, so that's a bit of a downfall. And I was actually following step-by-step instructions for these bug fixes, which I got from Sargasm and Exotarius, and they managed to do them just fine. So it's not that it's hard to do, it's just that I'm a complete idiot and can't do it. I'm sure by now my technical expertise are quite legendary. But yeah, just basically apologising for messing up the fort and not backing up my files like an idiot. I do have needs masonry, so we're waiting for the furnace to be built. Getting things smoothed out here in the workshop area. I'll probably start a mine off on this level as well to get some of that lovely looking iron. There's the mason building the wood furnace. So straight away we're going to have only 2 bits of charcoal made, seeing as wood cutting isn't working. And then we're going to use 1 to melt down a bit of iron ore. Excuse me. And then 1 to turn that iron ore into a hacksaw so we can get our wood cutter back on the job. Hopefully that doesn't take too long to do. Once again, I'm not really sure why that happened, but I just messed up. We do have most of the stuff inside. We do have a refuse pile, but for some reason they're ignoring it. Bringing in some of the items, I assume, from the dead vault dwellers. Looks like the crops have spoiled in the fields. I'm not sure what the farmer's doing. How much wood do we actually have left in the stockpile? We have a few pieces. Hopefully it's burnable. Otherwise we're pretty boned because we don't have a hacksaw. In which case we'll just have to trade for a couple of bits of wood. Like normal timber. Or lumber, or whatever it is you call it. Hold on here, just gonna have to pause the recording. Okay, sorry about that, we're back in. Like I said, that's the situation so far. It does feel kinda cheap restarting, but I wasn't really left with an option. I did want to do it all blind, because now I do have a bit of an advantage on Exoterius and Sargasm. And if you're wondering about the weird shape of these bedrooms here, if you can see it on your screen through all this ore, these middle bedrooms here are going to be for people who need offices, because then I can just dig the office behind the bedroom. And also I need a place to put some coffins, which needs to be inside. The trade depot's outside now, so that when a caravan does show up, we'll be able to trade with it easily enough. We did lose our original stone crafter, who was also the mechanic. Not stone crafter, sorry, mason. So I'm gonna have to find the new mason. Oh no, we kept them both. Sorry, we do still have the mechanic. And what the hell is that? That's a bunch of rats, because the iguanas are meant to hunt the rats. That's one of the little bugs. But they don't. I don't think the rats are actually harmful in any way. They can steal bits of food, but I think that's about it. And I'm pretty sure I just seen Mr. Handy. I thought I had him pastured here. I don't know, apparently I've tried to put the bull and the cow here. No, I didn't. What am I thinking? I think that's the Mr. Handy there. So he should stop anything from coming through. Ah, and apparently here's the outpost liaison in the caravan. So we're going to try and get all of our goods brought up here. Hopefully they put them in bins, because they hadn't before. Nope, we're going to have to move all of these manually and then trade them all manually. That's going to be a bit of a pain. But at least we have plenty to trade. I don't particularly think it's worth very much, but it's all there. So hopefully we get that up in time to trade with these guys. Let's see now, is the furnace working yet? No, so we must need some real lumber. I'll have to trade with them, the original vault dwellers, for that apparently. Looks like we are bringing up some of the goods though. So at the moment all I need to trade for is some lumber and maybe a bit of yeah, lumber and some food. Here's the dwarves' happiness rating now. It is going up from before, because they were all red or yellow before. Now there's one or two green. And apparently I just put an iguana in that pasture. So let's try that guy there. See if that's Mr. Handy. I did have him guarding the entrance before we had the bridge up. Interrupted by raider thief. Well, hopefully that guy's not actually attacking anybody. The gecko is fighting. What's the gecko fighting? Oh, we have a Mr. Gutsy now. What they do? We killed some mole rats earlier on that were passing through, so we could cut them up for the meat. Apparently, we're gonna have quite a few thieves running around right now. Still waiting on all these wagons getting here. It's gonna be useful when they're all here, though. No food available. So apparently these guys turned up just in the nick of time. I'm not sure where the broker is, or even if we have one, to be honest. I don't think we do, so I'm gonna have to change that option from only broker to anybody can trade. And then we'll just trade for whatever food we can get to start off with. Hopefully we can get enough. I think I will actually. Just now I'll just pick a broker. Let's see who can we have as a broker. Apparently Furry Goose, you're good at brokering, whatever that means. So we'll change that to only broker may trade. Let's have a look at you here on the thing. You were a stone detailer. So we'll take you off stone detailing. And apparently somebody's had a baby, because we do have a baby now from wave 3. I'm not going to bother naming the babies. I don't particularly see the point. So let's see how this trade's going to go. We'll offer up everything we have for now. And it looks like this stuff's actually worth more than I thought. In bottle caps. But then again, it looks like what they have is quite valuable as well. I'm going to try and trade like everything we've got. So let's see what we can get for them out of food wise. I do want a cloth bin as well. That'll do. We have an anvil. I'm not sure what happened there. I don't like that you have to double tap the oh, that's thread. But we actually need some thread if we want to be making our clothes. Doesn't look like they have any. They have no. That's all splints and stuff. I'm not sure if they have any. We'll take it. Take it cheese. Not paying 200 for a bit of cheese. Apparently I am. We'll see if they'll trade at that. Lovely. So we got plenty of food out of them. That was the main thing we wanted. But I didn't see any wood. Looks like we are still bringing up some trade goods as well. Now then. That's the dining room I have for now. I do plan on getting a bit of a better one later on. But for some reason when we have a huge stockpile like this, they decide they don't want to put stuff in the bins and the barrels. So I think I'm going to put up a new stockpile in here for food. And we're going to change this stockpile settings and not allow food. There. Let's Let's make sure that changed. Yep, it did. So now food's going to go in the other one. Just going to itch my ear here so the mic might ruffle around a bit. Don't you just hate having an itchy ear while you're recording? Well, if you have a headset on, I'm sure you do anyway. Add new task, link to bridge. That bridge. We'll use some of the limestone mechanisms. Yeah, but that stone that looks like ore is mostly limestone, so I'm not sure why that's happening. And it looks like we do have some more trade goods now, so we'll try trading again. And this time I'll see what other goods I can get from these guys. Hopefully I can get a new hacksaw. That would be nice. Seeing as the woodcutter isn't actually doing anything right now. I'll take a rope. Black grog, we'll have that. Wasteland gin. Ginger beer. Mr. Handy hydraulic. I'm assuming that's something. Synth cola. Gamma gulp. Well, that just sounds lovely. Moonshine. We have buckets. A drill. That's a hell of a lot for a drill. Steel machete. No, it looks like we can't find a. So that's no longer need the trader. And now we're gonna have to go to crafts and unselect everything that we were about to take to them. That just about concludes our business there. Food was our main priority, we have that now. Let's see. What the hell's that? A copper drill. Well, there's a drill in storage, but not a hacksaw. I don't know why that's happening. You're our liaison, eh? Well, let's see. Who is the guy who's got woodcutting as a skill? That would be Master. Master 27. You have no other active skills apart from the normal run around. There we go, I don't bother requesting anything that time, like an idiot. You don't have any other skills apart from the general, you know, tidy up and carrying skills. We are about to have to hit the cavern that I know is floating around down here. So I think we'll tunnel through here. In fact, no, we'll have this end thing here. We'll use that as our thing, and we'll go down to floor 15, see what we hit there. Let's see. Yeah, so we can't make charcoal from the scrap logs that we have. Let's see, is this linked up yet? In the middle of being doing, it's linking up to that now. Yep, the merchants will be leaving soon, that's fine, we've got what we need. I would have liked to have got a hacksaw, but they only had one, and it was worth a hell of a lot more than what I was willing to pay for just a hacksaw. Looks like we've struck some more iron, but no sign of the cavern as of yet. More of those pesky little dust storms. There we go, there's the cavern. And there's my stairwell. Okay, so I'll let them continue digging, then we should come out there. That's quite nice. We've got normal lumber down there. What the hell is this stuff? Orthoclase, quartzite, open space, but what's below it? Fungi wood. We can make good use of that. But do we see any water down here? Yes, there is water right on the edge of a nice pool there. That's lovely. Can we build a well? Yes, we can. No access to blocks, no access to... Alright, yeah, because we aren't actually tunneled down this far yet. We've discovered another cavern. Apparently that's what we've discovered. It's at the bottom of a pit, apparently, with a load of downwards ramps leading to it. But that doesn't concern me right now. I want to just get my... See, am I actually down into this cavern yet? Well, I'm going to have to designate another upwards downwards stairway just here. Get that dug out so that we can actually be connected, and then I'm going to build the well. Lovely. Well, I think that's as good a place to end this episode off as any. As always, thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Oh, that's just that guy. Never mind. Yeah, see you next time.